Hello and welcome back to my page. I'm so happy to be back. I know that I was gone for about a month. I've started a new job, so kind of reorganizing my life and making sure that I have time for everything has been a little bit of a challenge, but I'm sitting here today with a new video that I hope you guys will love. I'm going to be talking about a topic that I think is really interesting and super important in everything that I went through this past year, and I think is even more relevant now considering that it's been, I don't know, a year and 2 months that I've been all in, or that I started my recovery. So I'm going to be talking about exercise and how I stopped exercising and how I reintegrated it in a healthy way back into my life. I'm not saying I'm perfect at this. As I mention in every single video, and as a disclaimer, I'm no professional. These are just some things that I did that I found that helped in my case. Obviously everybody's super different, so don't take everything I say as the ultimate truth, right? So the way that I kind of wanted to build this video today is just telling you what I did in the past to stop, what I did to reintegrate it, and like what were the phases and the mental growth through that. As most of you know, I went all in about a year and 2 months ago. That meant that I had to stop all forms of exercise because I was over exercising before. Watch my backstory video if you want a little bit more context on that. Everything is said there. But once I decided to put back on some weight and to go into recovery fully, I decided to stop exercising altogether, whether that was running, whether that was tennis, whether that was going to the gym especially. Anyway, all this to say that I ceased all forms of exercise from one day to the other, and that was obviously very drastic for me, especially considering that I had been working out for at least 7 years, which is insane. But yeah, so for me that was not only a habit shift, it was almost like, who am I? Because I was so used to being like the athletic girl, the sporty girl and everything, that I thought that stopping exercise would kind of like steal a part of my personality, or that it would make me really different, or I just didn't know who I was actually without the exercise, right? So for the 3 first months, I honestly did absolutely no form of exercise, no stretching, no, almost barely any walking, because it was COVID at the time. I mean, I was maybe walking to like go to places, but I wasn't intentionally walking. And to be honest, this was such a crucial part in my journey, because I really had to learn what it was like not to work out and almost forget that it's something that you could do. I know this sounds kind of weird, but when you're so used to working out, it's just like a habit like anything else. But it was to a point where I was just very inflexible, and also I wouldn't ask myself, do you really want to work out? I mean, there is a difference between being motivated and forcing yourself. So it was more than discipline. It was at that point, it was just not being flexible, and I would go even when I was tired, and that's where the line was crossed. At some point after these 3 months, I felt good about the fact that I wasn't working out. I was putting on weight as I wanted to, and I just felt a little bit awkward in my new body because I had put so much weight on. So I felt kind of like a stuffed teddy bear, and to remedy this, I started stretching about like 10 minutes a day, or 10 minutes of yoga, just something to stretch my body because I felt so uncomfortable and just unflexible. So to do something about it without working out necessarily, I just stretched. And this was actually really fun because I really learned to appreciate stretching, and this is still something that I implement in my workouts now, just to stretch out my muscles, which is something I didn't do before. And I can tell a huge difference in the way that I can move, and it's just something that I'm really happy that I kept and just discovered. I would say I did 2 months of yoga, like 10 minutes a day, and then this is about 5 months in now. And I was starting to get really heavy at this point, and I did find it concerning in a certain way because I had never seen myself like that. I wasn't moving much. Now it was like winter, so there was even less places to go to. It was COVID, we were on lockdown. I wasn't moving at all actually, and so what I decided to do is to do, I don't know, 10 to 15 to 20 minute workouts in my house. And this was just to feel good. This was genuinely just to feel good. It wasn't to build any muscle, it wasn't to shape my body, it wasn't to lose weight. It was really just to feel better mentally, because it was winter. It's dark here at 4 during the winter. Like, it was not healthy mentally for me to be doing nothing. Yeah, I just felt the need. I genuinely felt the want and the need to move my body in a very light way And I did that for a while, and it honestly really did help me mentally. And I think that that's when I really understood the benefits of working out for your mental health. And for the longest time in the beginning, I didn't want to let myself go to the gym or anything because I was scared that I would fall back into my old habits. Like, I did not trust myself yet in that aspect. So 5 months in, I started to be a little bit more confident. I believed in the fact that I genuinely was ready to go and do a little bit of light weights, for example. And it just helped me mentally in general. Through the winter, through COVID, through everything. So I really enjoyed it for that. It was not for physical reasons. Once again, it was really just to feel good, and it really did alleviate some of that stress that I was feeling during that period. So when I was doing like these 15, 20-minute workouts, they slowly became into 25 to 30-minute workouts, slowly but surely a little bit longer, just because I felt stronger, I had more energy. At the beginning, I just didn't have, I hadn't been working out for 5 months, so I was just doing what I wanted, kind of just moving naturally. Sometimes I would just like dance, sometimes I would do small weights, and when I was fed up, I would stop. Like, I would genuinely not force myself any way through the workout. If there was a point in the workout where I wanted to stop, I would. And I really, 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 really listened to myself with that. And this was maybe, I don't know, 3 times a week, but at least I was moving, and to me that was the most important part. It was just to be healthy, happy, and good mentally, and I genuinely felt ready to do that. So this is why this topic in general is kind of delicate, I find, the whole working out thing, because everybody is ready at a really different time. Listen to yourself and don't listen to others, listen to yourself. So this is just a story that I wanted to put out there for those that are curious and interested, but really keep in mind that my journey is completely different from yours, especially concerning exercise. Everybody has a different relationship with it. So if it takes you a year to get back into it, please take that year. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. It started getting nicer again. It was spring. I started walking a little bit to places. I was now doing my small workouts pretty consistently, and I started just feeling really better about the way that I was in my body. I felt more comfortable, I was more flexible, I was stronger, and even though I wasn't losing weight, which was not the goal, I felt better. And I think that's the most important part. I just felt better. It was spring, it was starting to be nice out. So all of the things were just kind of falling into place, and I was feeling really good. I decided at some point to challenge myself with running, which I haven't ran in a very, very long time. And this was the first time that I had done a significant amount of effort, because before that, as I mentioned, I would stop when I was fed up. Whereas when I was running with someone, I obviously had to kind of push myself. But I remember just feeling so alive during those runs. And I didn't run very often. I ran like maybe 5, 6 times. But during those times that I did, just the fact that I had pushed myself a little bit felt really good after almost 10 months of not doing anything significant in terms of effort. It kind of reminded me that it's something that can be social as well. It could be something that's fun. It can be something that makes you feel good, that makes you sleep better, that makes you eat better because you feel good. All this to say that I then started to work out a little bit more. The gyms reopened. I've been maybe trying to go like 3 times a week, and trying to go is a big term because sometimes I just can't go and I won't go, and it's really not the end of the world. And I think that that's the biggest difference, I would say, between before and now, is that now I'm just happy if I get to the gym. The biggest takeaway that I have from this whole story, I would say, is just the fact that with time, I've learned to appreciate working out for what it is and not feel a stress when I don't go. I really just try to implement it in my life in a healthy way. I'm not trying to go every single day and like be sore all the time. I just really want to move and be able to keep up a healthy lifestyle for the rest of my life. So I'm still not going too often. I'm still careful with what I'm doing in terms of not going into a bad habit. So I'm keeping myself in check, but I feel pretty confident with what I'm doing. All in all, I just want to have a more relaxed approach to working out. I don't want to go if I'm tired. I won't go if I'm tired. I want to respect my body, respect it when it wants to rest. I want to try new sports, continue trying new sports. I think you guys get the point. As I mentioned, once again, please listen to yourself and don't listen to me. This is just a window of my life, and there's so much more going on, right? This is maybe a 12, 13-minute video. Be aware of what you listen to and just be critical about the information that you take in. It is just to show that it is possible to reintegrate exercise back into your life in a healthy way, but it does take time, and it should take time. If you did come from a restrictive background or if you are in recovery, it is totally normal. Exercise will always be there. Just give your body the chance to rest and it will respond very happily and with respect. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. I was planning on making a Q&A the next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe and like. I always forget to say it, but please do. Anyway, bye.